Hello friends, SentinalhMC here, and welcome to Paladins beta. This is the hero shooter being developed by Hi-Rez Studios, the creators of the Tribe series, as well as Smite. It is a free-to-play title that is going to be competing essentially with Overwatch. And I guess Battleborn, but you can't compare those two games together. So I just got invited to the closed beta on Saturday, so I thought I'd fire it up and do a first impressions video. This is going to be a bit more of an in-depth first impressions, just because there's a lot to talk about, and I'd like to actually show you all the features so that we can, get a feel for what this game's about. So, when you first boot up the game, it does have a daily login reward system where you get money. So if you look in the upper right corner, you can see my name, as well as the amount, my level, which is level 2, as well as my amount of special currency, which is the gems, and my in-game currency, which is the gold. I have 673, and 500 of that was from login rewards. So I got a login reward of 100 for logging in the first time, and then when I logged in today, I got another like 500 gold. So, since it's a free-to-play game in the vein of Overwatch, how does it work? What's this game's business model is a very important thing to talk about. We're going to talk about that first. So, the characters are called champions. If I click over here, even though by the name you might think it's supposed to be called, should be called Paladins. This is the new guy they just added, the sharpshooter Victor, who to me seems like an incredibly boring guy, but we'll go over that later. So there's currently this many characters. It looks like 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then 16. So about 16 characters at the moment, and there's room on this page for 3 more. Of course, this guy's going to end up here once a new guy comes out. They're organized into protectors, blasters, strikers, sharpshooters, and fighters. What I've gathered is, fighters, they get in, they deal a lot of damage. The sharpshooters are your snipers. The strikers, they're like assassins. They get in, kill the guy, and get out, basically. Although, I think EV is kind of useless. And blasters, I don't know, they just make a lot of, maybe they're AoE related, and protectors are, your defensive kind of guys. So how does this game work? Well, unlike Overwatch, you don't have access to all the characters from the start. You have to unlock them by spending gold. So if I was to click on someone, you can see here that I can unlock Grover for 5,000 gold or 200 gems. Now, 5,000 gold is going to take quite a while to earn. Earning this much gold, you're probably going to be relying heavily on the daily login rewards. I'm just going to warn you as far as that goes. If I was to log into the game for every day for a week, I might have a couple thousand gold. Plus, the last 2 days, you do earn a couple of gems. So you can get the premium currency for free. Okay, so it's like League of Legends in that regard. You do have to unlock the characters with gold. However, there is a free rotation. I don't know if it's a rotation or if these characters are always free, but there are free characters, and you can tell who's free available and who's not when you go to start a game. And you'll see this in a minute when we actually play a game. That the characters you're allowed to choose are colored in. Their portraits are in color, and the characters you don't have unlocked are their portraits are black and white. Although you are able to see and look at every character. In the champions menu, you are able to look at all the skins and all the weapons, and you are able to edit loadouts. Okay, you can also hold K to view all their skills. It's pretty standard. Just like Overwatch, they have a standard left mouse button attack. They also have a slightly altered right mouse button attack. Androxus is very similar to McCree with his left and right. He's got a 6-shot revolver for a single shot for his left, and his right click fires 3 rounds. So he doesn't fire his whole clip, his whole cylinder, but he does fire 3, and he deals extra damage if you hit all 3 shots. So that's this guy's thing. He's kind of like, he gets in, he attacks people, he dashes around and that kind of thing. Okay, so you can check out their stats that way. Now, the thing that you can also check out skins. We'll check out a few skins. This guy. And most of these characters only have recolor skins at the moment, which is fine. It's still in closed beta. If we click on Pip. If we click on Pip, we can see he's got a couple of different... I actually unlocked this one randomly. He's got a couple of recolors, which actually do more than recolor. So you can see here that these two are just straight up recolors, and this one is slightly different. It actually changes it, and this one changes his look a lot. So there seem to be multiple tiers of skins. The ones that are lootable are just the recolors. You can't get these higher grade skins from loot chests, unlike Overwatch, where you can get all the skins in the game from a loot box. Okay, so the higher tier skins are only purchasable with the in-game currency. Although, as we said, you can get that for free. Although saving up enough to buy one of these skins, 250, probably going to take a while. Okay, now you're probably noticing when I click on these people that there is this thing here. It says loadouts. This is the main difference, the big sort of thing that Paladins is doing that other people really aren't doing. Is the loadout system. So when you they're basically cards that apply buffs to various abilities or stats of your character. Most of them are currently filled with temporary art. You can see here temp art. It says closed beta. You have 12 points worth of cards to spend. They range in tier from common cards, which cost only 1 point, to rare cards, which cost 3, and legendary cards, which cost 4. Actually, I think there's another tier in there somewhere. Actually, I'm not sure. How do we actually get more cards? I don't actually know.
Rock.
You should be. You were able to like craft them at some point. Anyway, even for the characters that you don't own, every character starts out with a base deck. And this is a really good thing that they did, because if they didn't do it, it would be really ridiculous, because the people that have cards have a straight up advantage of the people who don't. So for each character, they've created a basic deck that uses all 12 points. And there we go. I knew there was another tier. So we got commons, rares, epics, and legendaries. I believe that's what they call it. But you can only ever spend 12 points, so you can't load this up with legendaries, because you have to have 5 cards in your deck. So basically, as you play the game and open loot chests, you will acquire cards that you can randomly then apply to your characters and build the deck that you want. This one, for example, is based around buffing this guy's totem wards. He's like a shaman. He's got totems. So if you go in here to create a new loadout, you can actually buy these cards with gold. So you can see I can buy Astral Traveler for 1,200. I can buy Thunderstruck for 1,200. You can't buy these with premium currency, which I actually really like. So you can buy the loot chests, which will give you these cards randomly, but you can't actually straight up buy a specific card. Using premium currency. It doesn't appear, which is actually a really good idea, a really nice thing. Although I see that there's only the lowest tier of cards are available for purchase here, which is a bit interesting. But you have to fill every slot. If you don't, you can't save it. You don't have to spend all the points. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's how they did it. Okay, that's kind of neat. So when you place the card in, you can use this button to increase and decrease the rarity. That's nice. That's cool. So you don't have to list all the cards on here. Now, if I go to, for example, this guy Fernando, who I do actually have some cards for. Okay, that's actually really neat. See, Pyre. Which one did I unlock through a chest? Insurmountable. Alright, so they actually changed this. It used to be that you had to craft the different rarities. Just separately, but it now appears that each of these cards you can just select how powerful you want it to be and spend more points. Very neat. So once you acquire a card, you actually acquire all of its rarities, all of its power levels. So that's really nice, actually. That's really, really good. I like that change. It didn't used to be that way. This is better. Alright. So acquiring cards allows you to customize your character in a different way. Fernando, for example, his starting deck is all about keeping him alive, buffing his health, that kind of thing. He's a straight up tank. He's basically Reinhardt. Actually, he's very much Reinhardt. He's got like most of the same abilities, really. And that's going to be one of the things that this game's going to have to deal with. It's going to be compared to Overwatch because it's very, very, very obviously trying to be Overwatch. It's got Barrick, who's like your dwarf guy who builds turrets, and Fernando, who actually produces a shield that looks exactly the same as Reinhardt's from Overwatch. So there's going to be a lot of comparisons there. You've got Kinessa, who's basically Widowmaker. Her sniper rifle has the it has the auto rifle functionality plus the sniper mode, the same way that that Widowmaker's does. She even throws out mines, and she doesn't have a grappling hook like Widowmaker, but she has a transporter that essentially does the same thing. So there's going to be a lot of comparisons there. Are they valid comparisons? Probably. It's pretty obvious who they're trying to compete with. So that's how the characters work. You get loadouts, you get cards, you make loadouts, that kind of thing. Now, we have both skins, and you also have weapons. You can acquire separate weapon skins. There currently aren't all that many. And Droxus, he has like 4. I acquired the Twilight and the Exalted in a bunch of loot chests. They gave me like 30 loot chests so I could check it out. I really like the Exalted one, although he doesn't have a skin that matches it. Like, he needs to have a skin that matches it. So we'll equip that, and we'll equip that. It makes him look kind of neat, but I wish he had a skin that matched the gun. Maybe in the future that he will. Okay. And this Cassie fires has a bow, so she's basically Hanzo, but not really. She doesn't have the same stuff. She throws birds and things. So that's how the characters work. So they're all pretty different and pretty unique. Victor is basically Soldier 76 from Overwatch, but he's even more generic, I think. He's got a standard assault rifle. He can aim down sights. He throws frag grenades. He can sprint, and then he can call in an airstrike. So he's basically Call of Duty man. Not a bad thing. I mean, just like Overwatch, you have to. This is basically a character that should appeal to people who usually play shooters. Grover has come straight over from Smite. In Smite, there's a character called Sylvanas who rides on this guy's shoulders. So they've taken him and they've put him into Paladins. So I think it's a pretty nice idea because, you know, they didn't have to make this art brand new. And he's your standard get into the fight and beat people to death with a big axe thing. He actually heals as he hits people with his axe, so pretty tough. I've been playing Ruckus.
And Belt.
He's basically D.Va. He's in a mech. He's got a minigun. He can fire his minigun standardly. He can also charge it up and fire both of them at once, which is less accurate, and he moves slower. He can also produce a shield, kind of like D.Va, that blocks damage, although it can be broken. And he's got hover jets, and he's got a big gun mode where he just shoots a whole bunch of rockets, kind of like Pharah. Although this guy, Drogoz, is kind of like Pharah from Overwatch. He can fly up in the air with a jetpack. He fires rockets, although he also spits on people. And he can punch people really high to deal 100% of their maximum health as damage. So don't get hit by that, because you'll die unless you have a shield capable of saving you. So anyway, that's the characters. Currently that many. There is currently a deal going on where if you purchase the Founders Pack for this game, for $20, you will unlock all the heroes that are currently in the game, as well as all heroes that'll be added later. They did the same thing with Smite, and I actually bought that for Smite because I played Smite quite heavily back then, and I actually really liked it. So if I was going to play Paladins a lot, which I probably won't, I would buy that, but I'm very doubtful that I will. So it's got the same sort of chest system that Overwatch has. As you play the game, you will unlock chests. You can also go to the store and buy chests for 50 gems a piece. Now, because you do get some free gems if you on the 6th and 7th day, if you log in every day in the week consecutively, you will be able to slowly be able to earn these chests using this currency as well if you don't want to buy skins. Here's the Founders Pack. You can see here. You also get a bunch. Oh, this is going to be a video, isn't it? You also get a special flaming mount for Radiant chests and a skin for Fernando. You can buy crystals. Let's see what the exchange rate is. 8,000 for $100, 3,500 for 50, 2,500 for 35, 1,500 for 25, 800 for 15, 400 for 8, and 200 for $5. Now, let's see, what can 200 crystals get you? Let's find out. Well, at 200 crystals for $5, let's see what 200 crystals can get you. Well, a name change costs 400, and if we go to champions and we go just to anyone. So for $5, you can unlock a character. So characters cost $5 because you get 200. And if we go to skins, Oh, I gotta select one that's actually unlocked at the moment. Let's go with
Ruckus.
let's go to Ruckus.
And belt.
Skins are $250. Except for the recolors. The recolors are $100. So for $5 you can get 2 recolor skins. For $5 plus an extra 50 gems, which would be basically you'd have to spend the $8 and then you'd have 150 left over. You can get a skin. All right, and for the Founders Pack, you can get all the characters, which is probably a really good deal, actually. When you consider it. So each character is worth $5. You can get all of them for 20, which is actually really good because that's only like $1 per champion called champions. So anyway, now that we've talked about that for a bit, you also got your profile. You can check your match history. Stats and achievements aren't in yet, and so yeah. Now that we've talked about a lot about that, let's talk about the game modes. Okay, this game also has a daily quest system, although at the moment it appears to just be first, second, and third win of the day. Get some extra gold, which is nice, but really boring. I hope they update this daily quest system to be more interesting, kind of like Heroes of the Storm does it. You can also dynamically swap your region. So as far as I know, you can just click this and change your region. I'm obviously in North America. You have custom games, of course. It wouldn't be, good if they didn't have that. If we go over here to training, there are currently 2 game modes, but it appears as though a third one is in the mix. Payload is your standard payload match. Nothing to say about that. It's a standard payload from TF2 and Overwatch and whatnot. Now Siege is a bit interesting. So because it's the unique game mode, we're going to play Siege in this video, and I will warn you, this video is going to be kind of long because Siege games probably will last quite a bit. Basically, the way Siege works is that there's a capture point on the map. You have to go, and whoever captures it spawns a payload. They get 3 points for capturing the spot, and then if they deliver the payload successfully to the enemy base within, I think it's like 3.5 minutes, they get extra points, and 9 points wins the match. If you defend against the payload, you get 1 point. So you have to capture the points in order to win. So it's basically a hybrid between capture point and payload, and there is no pure capture point match at this moment. So we're gonna play a Siege match. Now I played a couple of games of this already. I tried playing that character Evie, and I found her completely useless. So we're going to try and play Ruckus because he's the only character that I've had really any success with. Hopefully we can get a game. I wasn't sure how many people were playing this when I played it the other day. Saturday. It didn't take very long to get a match for Payload. For Siege, however, it doesn't look like we're really going to get a game. This is taking quite some time. So, you know what? We're going to cancel that. And we're actually going to do a training mode just so we can play against the AI. I know it's not going to be the best because we're playing against AI. But I want to show off the Siege mode because this is the only unique game mode that's currently in the game in closed beta. If they add the 3rd game mode with closed beta, before the closed beta ends, I'll show you that as well.
Select your champion.
We're gonna select Ruckus just because I quite like him. Yeah, we're gonna select Ruckus. I have no interest in playing Victor.
Belt.
He just seems so boring. And this chick Evie, just useless. Actually, no. I'm gonna play. Well, since we're playing against the AI, it's probably not smart to play Fernando because I should probably play a damage dealer. But I really want to show you. This guy is very similar. This guy is very similar to Reinhardt, so I just want to show you this. I mean, he's different. He's got a flamethrower lance, but the way he plays he's kind of similar to Reinhardt. Let's see if we can make damage Fernando work, though. This could be terrible. Now, the main difference at the moment between that you can tell between Overwatch and Paladins and the way the game plays. First of all, it's 5v5. It's not 6v6. Plus, you have to. Yeah, I'll say greetings. You have to select your character at the start, and you can't switch them. You can hit U, and you can change your loadout, so you can change between your various card loadouts. I'm definitely going to pick this one. But you can't. Yeah, you see. But you can't actually change characters. So Fernando is very similar to Reinhardt. Oh, I have to hold that down. Except that his shield, once you put it down, you can't bring it back up again for 6 seconds. So So you can see I have the shield up. It's actually got a ton of health. Way more health than Reinhardt's shield in Overwatch. Twice as much. It's got 4. Oh! Doesn't last forever though.
Let the battle begin.
You've also got mounts. So everyone can ride a horse. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense that Ruckus rides a horse. I feel like since he's a mech, you should probably just have like turbojets or something. But no, he's got a horse. We have a flamethrower. We also have a long-range shot. Oh, that wasn't smart. This is very short range. I figured it was, but this is really short range. Oh goodness, it's so loud I can't hear anything. Alright. So, picking Fernando was probably stupid because we can't rely on our teammates to deal damage because they're AI.
Forgive me.
So we're probably gonna lose. But I'll just quit the game if it becomes boring. Because there's no point in playing a boring game. Actually, we basically got like a charge attack. Yeah. So Fernando deals no damage. But as you can see, the enemy captured the.
Only you can stop forest fire.
Okay, yeah. So Fernando deals like no damage.
Let's try.
As you can tell, I got a whole lot of health.
Defend.
The numbers for everything are a lot higher than in games like Overwatch where you have lower health. So Fernando's got like almost 4,000 health. I mean, some of that comes from the fact that I've got like cards that buff my health. I'm gonna kill Pip. Now this thing does appear to have infinite. Oh no, it doesn't. You do have to reload it. With how little damage it deals, I think this should have actually. This should probably have had infinite ammo. So as you can see, we're currently contesting the. I should run away from that.
Mistakes were made.
So we can't melee me through my shield.
My special touch.
Alright, I'm regenerating health. I don't know if that's because of a teammate or if you just regenerate health out of combat. Now that's Eevee's ultimate, and she's got an ice block. She's basically Mei. I mean, her little attacks deal a lot of damage, but she fires so slowly and only has 5 shots. Like, if you miss any shots, your usefulness just goes through the floor. Okay, I hate this character.
Killing spree.
Li Ming, whatever she's called, is so annoying.
10, 9, 8, 7.
Okay, you just regenerate health out of combat. At least this character does. Okay, we're in overtime. Oh, I got my ultimate.
Will not die. Not yet.
Oh yeah, he becomes unkillable during his ultimate. Well, that didn't last very long. Alright, so Fernando can become invincible for like 2 seconds. I mean, it can't be too high because he also makes his entire team invincible. Alright, as you can see, the enemy team actually got 2 points for capturing the point, and we got 1 point for defending. It's kind of unfortunate. It means you can't win if you can't capture points. If you can't capture points, you just straight up can't win the match. Now, if you look at the bottom right, I have no idea what those things are. Those are probably buffs that we currently have on us, but I don't know what that number is over there.
Point spawning in 15 seconds.
Now, there are multiple spawn points on the map. But see, I think that this time that we're in the base is way too long, I think. It slows the game mode down. It's like you're playing several individual payload matches at the same time, like in one match. So we were at the mines. Now we're going to go to the igloo. And there's also one more point. They're all the same distance between it. And the map's symmetrical. They're going to come through right here. And we're going to get the fire out. We're going to get the shield out. Try and kill everybody. One thing that Fernando has going for him is that it's really easy to attack people. You don't have to aim at all. It's kind of like the Winston thing that he's got in Overwatch. In that he's good for if you can't aim. I'd quite like to play Grover, but of course don't have him unlocked. Pip seems to be really good. I'm shooting those things. Those things are so annoying. She's immune. Her ability is actually called Ice Block, which comes from World of Warcraft. And Jaina Proudmoore and everything. So we're trying to escort the payload right now. That basically means kill everybody. Oh, that was a bomb that stuns people. So, ugh, I forgot that you get stunned. When she busts out of that ice block, people that are near her enemies near her get stunned. So if there's even one enemy near the payload, it will just completely stop. So you can test the payload with one person. I'm not sure if that's how Overwatch works. I actually forget. He's whacking me, so we'll just let him whack me. Hopefully my team will kill him. No, get away from her. Basically, from what I've noticed, she's like an artillery character. That charge deals like 300 damage. So yeah, Fernando's abilities are like, except for the flamethrower, are essentially like worse versions of Reinhardt's from Overwatch. Because he can't have the shield up all the time. But if he could, it would be really overpowered. Because his shield has, you know, way more health than Reinhardt's. Oh, Eevee was contesting at the point.
I will not die. Not yet.
Like, we have to get these guys off the point. The payload if we're gonna get it there. There we go. So we actually did it. Push successful, so we got an extra couple points. We had one, then we got... So it's 2 points. Right, so... You'll have to do... since you need 9 points. And you get 4 points for successfully capturing and delivering. You need to do that twice. And then you either need to defend one payload or capture one more point. Okay, so you basically have to play 2 capture points... 2 capture point and 2 payload matches. And then just not suck. So capture the point or defend against the payload.
5, 4.
I think this game mode would be more fun if this delay in the pre-match wasn't as long between the various rounds. I think it's too long. I think that's my biggest complaint about this game mode. Oops, missed. So the health of the shield is being displayed in the middle of my screen. As you can see, you do keep your ultimate charge between rounds. So, even if you win on the last round, if the enemy has a bunch of ultimates available, they can use those to really turn it around for the next round. There we go, healing. Oh yeah, I think I know what's going on. Fernando has an ability on a card, which I do have equipped, where when he stands around the objective point, he periodically spawns health pickups. That's why that's what those blue health pickups are. So I'm passively healing my team.
Just keep coming.
Just by standing near the objective. Now, unfortunately, I think that this game, the Siege mode, is actually more interesting in the previous version of the game. And what I mean by that is that they used to have a game mode that I saw in the early promotional stuff when I first saw this game, where you had to escort a payload. You captured the point to generate a cannon. It was like a cannon. And then it would travel. You had to take it to the enemy base, and then you actually had to attack and destroy like their defensive walls. And I think that was more interesting than this, actually. Like, I don't know. I find this game mode boring. I really do.
Not yet. I will not die. Not yet, amigo.
He moves very slowly during that ultimate. Alright, we'll kill this guy. Yeah, our team is still pushing the payload, thankfully. Yeah, at least you can count on the AI to do that. Yeah, that mean character is so annoying. Oh, goodness. Got polymorphed into a chicken. Because they couldn't do sheep or Blizzard might sue them. No. Oh, come on. I almost had her dead. I suppose that's what people feel about when they play against May.
30 seconds remaining.
This chick can place illusions that deal damage, and she can teleport to the illusions.
15 seconds remaining.
Now you see my might.
7, 6, 5.
Come on.
3, 2, 1.
And we don't get the delivery. Oh no, it's overtime, that's right.
I will not die. Not yet, amigo.
Keep everyone alive here.
13.
Oh, come on. Get out of here. There, delivered. We win. So I don't like Siege, as you can tell. I think it lasts too long, and there's no end cinematic yet, so it's kind of anticlimactic. It just says victory. This is my first time playing Fernando, so maybe I'll rank him up. So maybe we'll get to open a loot chest. Play level 3. There we go. So I got a chest. Mastery. Okay, you get gold. Alright. So there are a lot of ways to earn gold. So getting your 5,000 gold to earn a character might not take all that long. So because there's like 5 characters available, the first time you play each one of them and you get up to mastery level 1, you'll get 500. So that's 2,200 gold. So that's halfway to a character. If you log in every day for 5 days, will give you a increasing amounts of gold that might be like 1,000 a week. So you'll get a character pretty quickly as far as that goes. So it does the accolades thing like Overwatch does. It gives you your, I did this much shielding, eliminations, solo kills, kill streaks, and objective time. Okay, so I got 59 eliminations, and I only killed 3 of them totally by myself. Over here we can see the amount of gold earned, 348 total. Now that is based on your own performance, whether you win or lose, and the accolades that you get. So I got a lot of gold that match because I got all gold accolades. We won, and we got I did well, so I got performance. Now the last time I won a match, I played a payload game, and I only got 52 gold for the win. I don't know if that's because you get more for Siege because the game lasts longer, 14 minutes 27 seconds. So it lasts, it's pretty short compared to like a game of League of Legends, but compared to a match of Overwatch, it's pretty long. Most Overwatch matches don't last that long, although payload matches can. The payload matches in this game are real short. Alright, so You also get your experience based on your performance and whether you you won or lost. So that's what this is here. Now that we've leveled up, I have a chest, so we can go home, go to our loot. Oh, what? Why can't I open my chest? I earned a radiant chest, but it won't let me open it. It says I don't have it. I think this might take a little while to update. So at the moment, this isn't updating properly. I should have a chest. Now you'll notice here this little bar on Fernando. This is your character mastery level.
Fernando.
I don't. You get gold, of course, when you get it up there. Like I said. So so apparently you get 500 gold for the second rank as well. Ruckus, even though I played him more.
And belt.
I don't have his. I didn't get a mastery rank. Let's see. This first rank mastery is going to take 50,000 XP.
Fernando.
And so yeah, it's 50,000 and it's 7,500. So it goes up by 50% each time. So that's Paladins. If I've been comparing it to Overwatch a lot, it's because that's the game you need to compare it to, because that's the game it's obviously trying to, if not be, then obviously it's trying to compete with.
Sky.
Compete with Overwatch because it's a hero shooter. And you've got characters like Fernando and Victor and Barrack that are almost one-to-one the same as other characters in Overwatch, which I'm not saying they're copying it, but you know, it's similar archetypes. They're going for all the same archetypes. So, you know, is Paladins worth playing when it comes out of the beta, the closed beta, and goes open beta and eventually launches? Probably. It's free. So if you wanted to play a game like Overwatch but you don't have the money, when this game comes out, you can totally play it for free. If you plan on playing this a lot, I do think the Founders Pack for $20 is a really good deal. It was a really good deal when they did it in Smite, and I think it's a really good deal here, $20 for all the characters, keeping in mind that each character would cost you $5 worth of this special currency. So that's Paladins. I just wanted to show it to you since I got the into the closed beta recently. It is fun, I think. I don't like the Siege mode. I do, you know, so I will probably, if I play this game, I'll probably play Payload. It doesn't take nearly as long. Because I will say that the matches don't seem to be as flippy-floppy as Overwatch can be. Because you can't swap heroes, it means that if one team just has a straight-up better hero composition than the other one, you know, you might not be able to come back from that, and they might just win because of it. But we'll see what happens. The game definitely controls well. The controls feel tight. The aim feels good. It doesn't feel sloppy, so it is enjoyable to play. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this look at Paladins first impressions. It is a much longer first impressions than I've done before. So let me know if you like that, sort of going over everything in the first impressions rather than just quick playing it for a little while. So anyway, stay tuned for future content. I probably won't be making any more Paladins videos unless you really want a Paladins video. More of them. So anyway, I'm SentinalH, and I'm signing out.